The most popular way of playing Magic the Gathering is amongst 4 of your funniest friends chit-chatting as you play out your deck like a board game.
But Commander can also be played to the highest of competitive levels.
Closer to Legacy than anything else, Duel Commander is a 1 versus 1 way to play Magic with 100 card singleton decks. The possibilities are endless.
We had our subscribers at home pick 1 deck to represent each year of the Duel Commander format and had Duel Commander specialists play a 7-round tournament. And now we finally have it. We have a top 8 of what could easily be the best Duel Commander decks of all time.
And after 7 videos,
We'll finally be able to crown
the best Duel Commander deck ever.
I'm going to interrupt the regular programming here because we're in a bit of a pickle. Normally, in the Best Deck Ever series, a player and another player who championed the deck make it all the way to the finals and face each other off for which is the best deck ever. Except Thoralf won his quarterfinals. He also then won both of his semifinals, and after not dropping a single game in the entire tournament, he's ending up playing himself in the finals. So, as a producer and creative director of this show, I'm going to have to get creative. Doesn't it feel like looking into a mirror?
Hello, Carl. Soul Ring.
Turn 3
Karn.
Turbo
Fog.
Fog. Crap.
No! Hey!
I knew it.
So because I can see really well, I know that I'm playing the Kess deck. Hello, and welcome to the Best Deck Ever series, Duel Commander. I'm Thoralf, and I am playing Kess and Lutri. Kess just oozes value because she is a control shell that lets you replay the spells after you control the board with all of them, and then eventually you just loop extra turn spells until you infinitely attack for 3. And Lutri is a card that was almost insta-banned, mostly because it could just fit in any deck because its downside is not a downside in Duel Commander. But it will also let me copy my spells like my extra turn spells. So the goal is to control the board with the counter spells and removal spells you see in our hand, then play Kess and just play them all again. And on turn 1, I will play a tapped Steam Vents.
This is a bit spooky, I have to say, but alright. Welcome to the grand finale of the Best Deck Ever series, Duel Commander. And we have something that never happened before. We have 2 times the same player, me, in the finals. So I obviously can't play against myself. So Carl is gonna sub for me, but I can choose the deck I want to play. And I am, of course, playing Raffine. Raffine is the best deck of the whole series for me because you can choose your own destiny. It can do aggressive, it can do control, it can do mid-range, you can counter, you can put pressure, everything dependent on what the situation gives you. And of course, I have a true affinity to Raffine because she was one of the part of my 2nd place in a very big tournament. And I'm gonna start with a Watery Grave tapped, just like you.
I see we're playing high-speed Magic. I will draw. I will look in my hand and remove this mask.
Ah, it's you!
Oh, it's me!
Whoa!
It's Carl! What a surprise! I know this is uncanny, but the technology does not allow me to see very well.
Oh, that's also my eyesight.
So maybe the mask was just very realistic. I will play this fetch land and pass the turn to you.
Still not putting up a fight, huh? You're just chilling.
We're both playing blue decks.
Maybe you're the real me, and now I'm a fake Carl. I'll play a land and a Pippin, Guard of the Citadel. 2 mana, 2/2, Vigilant, Ward, 1. For tapping, another creature you control gains protection from a card type of your choice until end of turn. Very good at protecting Raffine.
Late in the game, I want to keep this Mana Leak in my hand because I can either use it to counter spells or pitch it to this Force of Will, which requires me to put away another blue card to play it. And this is my only blue card. And normally, I could let this creature resolve and I have 2 mana. I can just terminate it. And I wish I could, but unfortunately, this card has Ward 1, and I need to pay an extra mana to target it, which would tap me out on my next turn if I was to wait to untap to do it. Plus, it will protect me from Terminate in the future because it taps to do that. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to use Mana Leak here instead of using my Terminate on the next turn and hope to draw a blue spell. I'm gonna have to pay 1 life to fetch with this Flooded Strand to get an island in my deck, and I will get this Underground Sea. And immediately pay 2 to Mana Leak it, which will counter this unless you pay 3 extra mana.
That was my turn.
That was Thoralf's turn, so now it goes to Thoralf's turn.
Are you Thoralf 2? Thoralf.
You're Thoralf, I'm Thoralf, yes! Oh, I love that. I will play land as well. Okay. I'm gonna put down my shields. I have no spells I could see myself realistically casting this turn except for Terminate, and if Thoralf sees me with all open mana, he can just wait and play a flash creature. And it's really important to know that in this matchup, if I untap with Kess, I mostly win, just out of the value. I double all my removal spells, I can double counter spell stuff if needed, but most importantly, I can start chaining extra turns and usually win from there. So I need to get to a point where I can play Kess and protect it. I have a Force of Will in hand, but I don't have a blue spell. So I'm gonna tap out, bring Lutri to hand, so I have a blue spell because it is red and blue to pitch the Force of Will. And if ever Thoralf sees me tapped out and actually plays a spell that I can't deal with, like a Planeswalker, I can just use the Force of Will on the Lutri here and then untap and play Kess. And my shields are down because I'm going to pay 3 to return my companion, Lutri, to my hand.
This is the best thing you can do?
I understand your worry, but if you want to punish me, just play your best spell.
I'll do. I'll play a Tundra. I love Painless Lands. Isn't that one of the best things ever?
Duel Commander just feels perfect mana all the time.
And for 3 mana, I will cast indeed the best spell I have. It's Raffine! 3 mana, 1/4 flying, ward 1. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures, meaning I can draw X cards and discard X cards. And then for each non-land card I discarded, it gets a +1/+1 counter.
I also heard she's rough, but fine.
What a really good joke.
Thank you.
Underappreciated, I say.
Well, you played your commander? Perfect. Now I get to play mine as well. I'm gonna take an extra damage to get a swamp from my deck with the Polluted Delta. And I think in this case, my commander can block yours all day. I will pay 4 for Kess Dissident Mage. It's a 3/4 flying, but during each of my turns, I can play instants or sorceries from my graveyard. They have to get exiled afterwards, but for example, on my next turn, I can just play this mana leak.
Cool, a mana leak.
I promise, I have better spells.
Kess is very, very dangerous and kinda needs to go on site. So that's why we're gonna cast a Swords to Plowshares. She goes farming, because farming is fun. Exile target creature, a controller gains life equal to its power.
Kess doesn't seem like the kind of person to play Animal Crossing and or Farming Simulator. She's more the kind of person to play Magic the Gathering, but like with deadly stakes, and if you lose, you actually die. So I'm gonna play Force of Will, which will also deal me 1 damage, but I need to pitch a card, a blue card for this, which will be my Lutri. So I would like to counter your Swords to Plowshares.
I could cast my Remand on the Force of Will, meaning Carl has to remove another card, and that would effectively get me up a card. But I can also use the secret mode of Remand is to remand my own spell, draw a card in the process, and then cast the Swords again to get rid of Kess, and effectively drawing 2 cards in the process because Carl Force gets blanked. Nice try, but I'm gonna remand my Swords to Plowshares.
Oh, that's not how that card usually works.
It counters target spell. If that spell is countered as well, put it into its owner's hand, draw a card. So that actually negates now your Force of Will because it doesn't have a target anymore.
Because Swords to Plowshares is back in your hand.
And to cast it, I will fetch, lose 1 life, get a scrubland, and then use the white mana from the scrubland to Swords the Kess.
Wow.
Again.
So she's gonna go farming. I can play her again for 2 more mana because it's a Duel Commander. I also gain 3 life.
And then the coast is clear, so we're gonna attack with my Raffine, connive for 1 on herself, and then discard this Malcolm, which we don't. But it's not a land, so she gets a counter.
Yes.
Take 2.
So I'll take 2. Well, as you might know, that Raffine is not gonna stay along.
No.
But
why
I
do know
just
that?
got a really clean answer to her. I have Dark Petition, which is a sorcery that lets me search my library for a card and put it into my hand, then shuffle my library. But if there are 2 or more instants and sorceries in my graveyard, I add 3 black. I count 2.
Convenient.
I agree. And I'm gonna get Liliana of the Veil, which I will put into my hand. It's unfortunate because I would really like to cast her, but I spent all my 5 mana for the, oh no, Dark Petition gives me 3 whole mana. I will play Liliana of the Veil. She's a Planeswalker. She has 3 loyalty. If I +1 her up to 4, we each discard a card. And that will happen, eventually. But for now, I will -2 her. Target player sacrifices a creature, which goes around your ward, conveniently enough. Both of our commanders came and went.
Now the actual game goes on.
Shall we?
Liliana's very strong. can't let her happen.
Too late.
Oh, that's sad.
Just right here. Liliana, don't listen to Todd.
I think I will have to ignore Liliana for a turn and cast a Seasoned Dungeoneer. When Seasoned Dungeoneer enters the battlefield, I take the initiative.
How dare you do this to me? I did not want to crack open the initiative hat today. But you get the initiative, Fez.
Woo!
Enjoy it.
That means I take the first step in the initiative of getting a basic land from my library into my hand. And now, in my upkeep, I get to go further into the initiative dungeon. But the only way for you to take it away from me is by attacking, and then you get to initiate yourself.
And then I have the Fez.
Yeah.
That is some motivation, my friend.
Also, whenever it attacks, it does something. We'll get there. I'll play the island I fetched, and it's your turn.
Ideally it won't, but my Liliana doesn't have enough counters.
Up her.
You know what? Yes.
Okay.
We each have to discard a card. You have your card? I have my card.
Swamp.
Cling to dust. Haha, I can play that from the graveyard. I only discarded 0.5 cards. Now, if I remove your creature, you still go down the initiative. And I don't have a lot of creatures in my deck. So first of all, I'm going to play an Airborne Totem of Yawgmoth, which will make all of your lands swamps. And mine as well. And then I'll play a Tainted Pact. Because I have one specific creature in mind, and it's a banger. But I have to get it first. And Tainted Pact allows me to remove the top card of my library from the game, and I keep on doing that until I find the card I want, or I find the same card twice. But since it's a 100-card singleton deck, I can just keep on digging until I find the card that I want. It's not this, it's not this, it's not this. You know what? I know exactly what I want, so let's go faster. So future Carl doing the editing, this is for you. Me. Us. Perfect. Thoralf, I'm done.
That was a lot of your library.
All of these cards, don't want them.
All right.
This one, I do. We've advanced a new step in our relationship. These, gone. I was about to drop it, but there's like thousands of euros in that pile. So I lightly put it down, and I'm gonna lightly put this into my hand and play it immediately. This is True Name Nemesis. It's a 3/1, but most importantly, when it enters the battlefield, I pick a player. Ding, 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 ding. Well, since both players are Thoralf, technically, I will pick you.
It's a wheel with only...
Yeah, ding, 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 ding.
What can it be? It's me.
It has protection from that player.
Okay.
Which means you can't deal it damage. You can't target it.
Nope.
You can't block it.
Nope.
You can't give it any presents. Not even a hug. It's gonna punish you for it.
It's truly German. Upkeep. I'll wander into the initiative realm.
Two options are open to you. Either going to the Forge to put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature, or the Lost Well where you scry 2.
Forge, please. 2 counters on my Seasoned Dungeoneer. Just quick side note. Does it also just me that is it a Dungeoneer but he's really well seasoned?
Maybe it's just covered in curcuma.
It's just for the monster it's going to fight. It's really well seasoned.
Oh yeah, it's
I'll
the
draw a
food.
card. I'm gonna attack Liliana.
Ooh, not me.
Because she steals my cards, and I like my cards. So first, because the Seasoned Dungeon attacks, target, cleric, rogue, warrior, or wizard gains protection from creatures. She's a warrior, so she can't be blocked. And she explores, meaning I show you the top card of my library. It's a non-land, so she gets a counter. And I can put that into my graveyard, which I do because I am looking for something better.
Better than a Vendilion Clique. That used to be a 60 euro card.
It's true.
Okay.
Liliana takes...
She bites the dust.
Speaking of taking cards, I will cast a Kitesail Freebooter.
Ooh, I was really hoping you wouldn't do that.
I was really hoping I would do that.
Well, good thing you did then.
When Kitesail Freebooter enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. It is exiled until it's in the battlefield. You look like you have a non-land card.
Would you like a Terminate?
Yeah!
Yeah, you got a Terminate.
Yes, when Freebooter goes, you get the card back. Hopefully that will never happen. I will also play a land and then tap 2 thanks to your Orbark to cast a Baleful Strix and draw a card.
You're welcome. So I was afraid you do a lot of stuff, but you played a bunch of puny creatures. First of all, I see you with the hat. Thoralf, I want the hat.
It's my hat. Look at my hat.
Your hat is amazing. I will take it, please. I'll attack with True Name Nemesis. And because it has protection from everything Thoralf, you can't block it. It hits you for 3. And now I get to venture into the secret entrance, which means I go get a basic land in my deck and put it into my hand. This snow-covered island, please.
Ooh.
It taps for black as well because of the Urborg. I'll put it into play. And then play a card that in this deck wins me the game. It'll cost 5 mana, and it's Time Warp. Usually I'm supposed to play like 6 of these, but I have nothing else. So it's basically draw a card.
It starts with the first.
The text on this is target player takes an extra turn after this one. I will target. We do this joke every time.
Wait,
but it's always funny. It's always
remember,
funny.
there's only 2
Oh, we're only Taz. This Thoralf. May I?
But with initiative, that's very strong.
Yes, because now I go into the dungeon and I will choose. I don't need the forge because I'm going to get rid of you eventually. I just need to get to a point where I win. So I'm going to Lost Well. Huh. Todd, this is incredible. I will keep both of these in the order that Richard Garfield has given them to me in. I'll draw this. And you have 3 cards in hand.
Yes.
Okay. I will pay 6. I could wait, but I think that the payoff of not waiting is so high. Kess costs 6 because you got rid of her once, but she's back. Does she resolve?
She resolves.
Okay. Well, now that she's here, I would like to cast Deadly Relic from my hand. It costs 4 here, but it's actually free because there's a neat text on this, which is what made it banned, that says if you control a commander, you may cast a spell without paying its mana cost. Exile target creature. May I?
How is that so good?
Goodbye, Dungeoneer.
I was planning on using Exile, yes?
It was a few minutes ago. So I will remind you, Kess says, during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard. If it was cast this way, exile it instead. I'm going to play this Deadly Relic for free from my graveyard, thanks to my cast. But surprisingly enough, I have a tough choice here. I can either kill the Baleful Strix or the Freebooter. The Freebooter would get me my Terminate back. I can't cast it this turn though. But then, the Baleful Strix can attack with impunity and steal my hat and the initiative. And if I kill the Baleful Strix, the Freebooter can't do that. But the next step on the initiative ladder is just 5 damage, and I can handle that right now. Plus, at the end of the turn, if I do kill the Death Touch Bird, Todd can just play a flash creature like a Snapcaster Mage and Orcish Bowmasters and still attack through my Kess nonetheless and steal the initiative, so I would rather just get the value on my card back immediately. Kess allows you to cast alternative costs, so as I control my commander, this is free. Bing bong. And I will get my Terminate back. What a turn! You know what would make this even nicer? I'll attack you for 3. And now that I've secured my advantage, and hopefully this fez onto my head, I'll pass the turn to you.
I have an Orcish Bowmaster in hand, but I don't really have a reason to play it. And in Magic, if you don't have a reason to play it, maybe you shouldn't do it, because maybe it's better in the future, or you can catch somebody off guard, exactly with Orcish Bowmaster. In fact, if I would play it, it wouldn't even help me. I couldn't attack because Carl would just block the token, so I'm gonna keep it and maybe find a better spot to use it. It is a very big advantage. I have
a
to
very
say.
big fez. What is this made for, Yaman?
I'm gonna start off like every proper Legacy player.
Is this a main phase brainstorm?
I'm gonna cast a main phase brainstorm! MPB.
You did an MPB.
MPB.
Make it a thing, please.
I'll draw 3 cards and put 2 from them back on top of my library. I'm gonna pick back those. And then we're gonna cast the one, the only Teferi Time Reveler.
Ooh, must have been a pretty good MPB then.
It was. Each opponent can only cast spells when they could cast sorceries. Meaning no instants, no counter spells, no shenanigans.
That's unfortunate, my deck is full of instants.
And shenanigans. And for +1, until next turn you may cast sorcery spells as though as they had flash. For -3, return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment to its owner's hand. Now I don't really want Teferi to, die. You can keep it, it's fine. I'm gonna plus Teferi.
It's going upstairs.
It's going.
Because you choose to play sorceries at the speed of instants.
Look, I have so many sorceries.
Hey, I think you've got like 3 in your entire deck.
I could attack you to take the initiative back, but I feel like my Baleful Strix is...
You're letting me keep the hat?
I actually like my Baleful Strix more.
It's your bay.
It's my Baleful... Oh, wonderful. I'll pass the turn.
Well, I've got this neat thing about having this hat, which means that I will move into the stash. Ding, ding, ding. Make a treasure token. And now that I have a treasure fit for a king, I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to tap a black mana to Thoughtseize you.
Oh.
Which will let me look at your hand. It will deal me 2 damage though for that privilege, but I will get to take any card out of it and have you discard it unless it's a land.
Thoughtseize was not part of the plan.
It's part of mine when I looked at it 2 turns ago with that neat scry I did in the Lost Well.
I'll show you my hand. Yes, you may discard 1.
So you have a Master of Death, which I've never seen being cast, and I would like that to happen.
Also, not really there to be
Also, if I
cast.
discard it, you get to reanimate it. So either this counterspell, or what is in your graveyard?
Oh, I have a very good graveyard. Only the best
Random
graveyard.
Malcolm, a Vendilion Clique?
Look at that.
Pippin? Alright, I'm going to take the memory lapse because, Thoralf, I have a plan. I'll tap this for black because of my Erebor, and I will terminate your Baleful Strix.
Wow.
Step 1 of my plan.
Poor bird.
I agree.
I,
I need to take out this Teferi. And I'm going to attack Teferi with both of these. I already have the initiative. I don't need to attack you. I'm wearing the hat. You seem perplexed.
do you know this feeling where you have to assess if your
Do you
opponent...
feel like I'm doing a mistake?
This is like a tournament thing. You have to look at your opponent and be like, do they know what I know?
I've seen you reanimate, and Thoralf is one of the only sorceries in your deck, so I do know what you're up to, and you can play it right now.
Yeah.
Have you been paying attention to the cards I've been playing?
Yeah, no, I know. I do not reanimate my Strix because you have the thing. Yes, I know.
I have a Cling to Dust. I can play this from my graveyard.
Amazing. Well done. Yeah.
Well done for catching it.
It just dies.
You didn't fall into my trap. Okay, well now that that is out of the way, let me cast a spell I would rather play. I'll sacrifice this treasure, and I will play this Time Warp from my graveyard. I'll take an extra turn, please.
This is where I have to intervene. The Teferi plussed, so I can play sorceries instead. So
Yes.
I'm gonna use this spot to play my Reanimate. Reanimate the Baleful Strix. So Reanimate brings a creature card from my graveyard, or your graveyard, back onto the battlefield, and I lose life equal to the mana cost, which is 2. When Baleful Strix enters the battlefield, I draw a card.
Congratulations.
Yes. Remember the card? Because I remember I put it there with a brainstorm.
I
gonna
can't remember a
cast
card you put with your...
a misdirection.
Todd, it doesn't work the way you think it does.
I know. It does.
Oh, it's a target player.
Yeah. And we already agreed Thoralf is the one who takes the extra turn.
You know, like 66.66% of my extra turn spells wouldn't work with misdirection.
You should have drawn the right cards.
That is most of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, it's like, Magic is really easy. You just draw the right cards. For example, this misdirection on your Time Warp. I really appreciate you giving me an extra turn. It's so nice. Target spell with a single target, and you're single. Targets another target instead. Me. Hello.
So you redirected from Thoralf to Thoralf.
Yeah, it's the Thoralf show, starring me. So I'll go into my extra turn. Thank you very much. Upkeep. I do not have the initiative. I'll draw a card.
Would you like the hat?
Every good turn starts with my commander, Raffine. There she is again. Raffine, whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X. I'm gonna attack you with my Barefoot Strix. She connives X. Mother knows best, huh? Okay, I'm gonna discard the Bowmaster.
Unfortunately, that also means you get this nifty hat from me.
Nice. So you take 7 in total.
I take an extra 5 because, well, you have a choice. You can go into the trap.
7 in total.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna play Mother of Runes. Target creature you control gains protection from a color of your choice.
Is that why you said Mother knows best?
Yes. Now I would like to go into my regular turn. In my upkeep, I'll go further into the dungeon, meaning I'll draw a card.
The archives.
Whoa.
And then you draw your regular card. Wait, why did you react like that?
No particular reason.
It is just a magic card.
What's your life total?
If you ask it like that, I would like to not tell you that it's 9.
I'm gonna... Ooh, Thoughtseize. Cards in hand? So you're on 9.
9.
Clever.
Thank you.
Very smart.
It's a German joke.
So I'm gonna attack... Oh, actually, before attacking, I want to get the full value. I'm gonna cast a shield.
Oh, what? That's what the O was.
Look how he's excited when he
Yes.
isn't. Shielded, Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever your opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. So I'm gonna attack you with all of my creatures.
This is going to be mega value.
Meaning I'm drawing 3 and gaining 6.
2 life for every card you draw, thanks to Sheely Bee.
Draw 3,
Wait. Ding, ding, ding.
and I'm gonna discard 3 to give my Barefoot Strix 3 more counters. You take 5, 6, 7.
Woo, down to 2. Okay, well now if my draw is good, I still think I win. I will read a line of text to you that you might have forgotten. I have read it almost every turn. During each of your turns, you may cast instant or sorceries card from your graveyard. It'll be exiled once you cast it this way. And if I draw my card, I die.
That's what I was hoping for.
I'm going to use Kess's ability and terminate your Shield Dread.
Well done.
Now, this card better be good.
I hope not.
If there's an extra turn, they win.
Can I use my 1 time now?
It worked.
Woo! I didn't use it.
Okay, well that wasn't enough. So I'm on desperation mode, Thoralfo. I'm gonna pay 4 to escape this Cling to Dust, meaning I will exile 5 cards from my graveyard and play it back. I can either exile a creature card from your graveyard and gain 3 life, which would kind of give me a turn where I would then die to your Mother of Runes on the Baleful Strix.
True.
So I'm gonna exile whatever is an instant or sorcery. Thoughtseize is gone, and I will draw a card, and it better be good.
It better be extremely, immensely good.
Unfortunately, it was only immensely good. So I will pass it to you. Do your funky thing.
What happens in my upkeep?
Oh, so many game actions to animate. You visit the throne of the dead 3.
What happens?
You reveal the top 10 cards of your library, put a creature amongst them onto the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters on it, and it gains hexproof until end of turn.
Look at that.
Dolph, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna spare you the initiative animation and take a Cathars Commando. Draw a card. I will give protection from blue to my Baleful Strix and attack you for 5.
Connive. I take 5.
Yeah. Woo! Hey, I won the first game. Woohoo! Give me a whoop, give me an O. Yeah, normally we would sideboard, but we don't have a sideboard because we already play 100 card singleton decks, and that is diverse enough. So we don't bother without thinking what is good and what is bad, keeping exchange, seeing on the screen, flipping in and out. No, we just jump right ahead to the second game.
Unfortunately, I lost that game, but I didn't because it was Thoralf that lost that game. And now, I'm Carl.
Very easily identifiable at the actually stylish outfit.
I'm not wearing a hoodie anymore.
Also the non-dance moves. Although to be fair, I also don't have the dance moves.
The combination of terrible dance moves but nice jacket is very confounding to most people. What is not terrible is this hand. Perfect. Against Thoralf's deck, we just want to use all these removal spells to get rid of Thoralf's creatures, then play Kess, play them all again, and stabilize, and then use our combo potential for a finish. This hand just does exactly that.
You're invited to start the game.
Okay, I will play my very best to represent Thoralf, who lost in the first game, unfortunately. Better player playing it now. I'll play a Crumbling Necropolis, which taps for all of my colors of mana, but begins tapped.
Very good to have your mana saved up.
I agree.
I keep telling you why Raffine is strong, but by far the best mode is if you go 1-drop into 2-drop into Raffine with interaction. And that start is so immensely powerful that it almost beats anything. And luckily, this is what this deck promises right now. We have an Esper Sentinel, we have a Ledger Shredder, we have more interaction with Mental Misstep. This is insane, and I'm here for it. I will play a Tundra that makes white and blue and cast an Esper Sentinel.
Boo.
Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell, each turn you draw a card unless you pay mana equal to its power, which is 1.
Given that my deck is just planning on playing tons of non-creature spells, I would say that's unfortunate.
Should have picked a better deck.
You picked it. You made it to the finals with it. I will draw, and I will sacrifice this Bloodstained Mire to pay 1 life and go get a mountain and or swamp from my deck. Getting this Badlands, and I hope you like the top card of your library, because it's going to be in your hands soon. Because I will spend 2 mana on this Arcane Signet. I will not pay the 1 for your Esper Sentinel. And this allows me to pay the 1, ironically, by tapping for any color mana that my commander might care about. And since this is taking a nap now, it only checks about the first card. I'm going to tap it to play Fatal Push, which will destroy target creature if it has confronted mana cost 2 or less.
You just kick my little machine?
I give you a card in exchange of it.
Yeah, and I want more. So I'm going to cast a Mental Misstep. Counters target converted mana cost spell of 1. Fatal Push is misstepped, and I would like to keep asking the question.
What a painful turn.
True, I took 2 life.
Misery loves company. I'll pass the turn to you.
Ah, Misery loves party, I see. I'll take you for 1. I'm gonna play another land and a Ledger Shredder. Whenever any player, you, me, any Thoralf, doesn't matter, plays the second spell, I'll draw a card and discard a card, and if it's a non-land, he gets a counter.
So I'm just punished for playing non-creature spells, for playing my second spell. I'll play a land that enters untapped because it's in my first 3, and then I will... Oh, this is so painful. Thoralf has a lot of pressure right now, and I'm for sure facing down a Raffine next turn. Now, I need this Damnation to resolve. It would wipe the board and allow me to stabilize. Except if Thoralf has a Force of Will, I might as well go lie down in the graveyard along with my Damnation because I am Toast Town. So let's test the waters with this Ral, because if Thoralf needs to counter it, at least I baited the counter spell out and I can Damnation next turn. But if he lets it resolve, I can actually use this Ral as a special ability to make sure the Damnation does resolve. So you've been attacking me. So I'm gonna tag team with a friend, and Ral is gonna step in.
Hello, Ral.
To give you another target. It's a 4 mana Planeswalker that every time I play or copy an instant or sorcery spell, I deal 1 damage to target opponent or Planeswalker they control. And then if I +2, I scry 1, which is not that strong. But if I -2, I copy my next instant or sorcery spell. Does this resolve? First of all, I will not pay the 1.
Maybe I draw a counter spell? Oh, so many counter spells. Resolves.
So few counter spells. I'm gonna +2. I'm gonna scry 1, which means I'll look at the top card of my library. I don't want it. Put it at the bottom of my library, and I'll pass the turn to you.
Ral is very, very good.
He also takes forever to attack down because 6 loyalty is a big butt.
Yeah, he's known for his big butt. I will fetch for a scrubland, which makes black mana. Most importantly, for tapping 3 mana, my commander!
Yay, Raffine!
The roughest and finest of all scheming Seer. And then I will attack, and probably will just attack Ral because I don't want Ral to be anywhere in the vicinity of loyalty that he has.
So you get to connive twice.
I will connive twice on the Esper Sentinel, which is good because the more power it has, the more you have to pay. And I'm gonna draw 2. I will discard a spell and a land, meaning Esper Sentinel will get a counter, and then Ral takes 3.
Yep.
I love Raffine. Look at this. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, interaction.
It's aggressive, it defends itself, it does so many things.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I will pay 1 life. Because Polluted Delta allows me to get a island or swamp, and this volcanic island has the word island on it. And then I will -2 my Ral, which will allow me to copy my next instant or sorcery spell.
Yeah. What's it gonna be?
Well, I could cast draw spells to draw more cards. I could do a bunch of things. But unfortunately, you are someone who has a lot of counter magic, and I need to make sure this resolves. So I will pay 4. I will not pay the extra 2, so you get the draw card. And I will play Damnation and then copy Damnation, meaning there's 2 Damnations on the stack that just destroys all creatures. They can't be regenerated, and although you can destroy creatures twice, well, you can if you bring them back, but this is to make sure that it resolves.
Yeah, very heads up play. All of them die.
And because I cast and copied a spell, you'll take 2 damage.
Ral is so good.
Yeah, and its butt keeps growing. Because we live in Germany. All the food makes you fat.
Botox injection.
I will suspend an Ancestral Vision, which means that in 4 turns, I will get to draw 3 cards.
Beautiful.
And potentially dome you for 1 damage as I do it.
Okay. Wait, you have 1 card in hand?
Yes.
Okay, we can do this. Look at this.
How?
You never paid for my Esper Sentinel. Even though this looks a bit strange, I'm gonna cast a Palace Jailer to draw more cards. When it enters the battlefield, you, which is me again, become the monarch. My favorite thing on earth.
So there is a crown you win for being the champion of the best commander deck ever.
I'm listening.
It's a separate crown.
No.
This is the monarch crown.
We have the budget for 2 different crowns that look exactly the same.
We'll see if you ever become the best deck ever monarch.
Normally, Palace Jailer would exile a creature an opponent controls, but you have none. So I just introduced the mechanic that lets me draw a card at the end of the turn whenever I'm the monarch.
And I can only steal it from you if I hit you. Like the initiative.
7 cards. I don't even have to discard.
Whoa, that'll be tough to beat.
My friend, yeah, that's gonna be tough to beat.
I will untap and remove a counter from the Ancestral Visions.
Okay.
And I will draw for turn.
Go ahead.
I will +2 this Ral. Look at the top card of my library and keep that 1 on top. It's fine where it is. I will spend 4 mana and play my commander. You played yours. It didn't last very long.
I was hoping you don't do that.
Well, I need to start attacking you because I want that crown.
I'm not gonna let that happen. I will cast a Subtlety for its evoke cost.
That is the counterspell I was not expecting.
Meaning we ignore all of the creature stuff because it's just evoked. It comes into play and leaves the battlefield. But when it enters the battlefield, you choose up to 1 tile creature spell, this one, or planeswalker spell, and its owner puts it on the top or bottom of the library. So do you want it on the top or the bottom?
I could also choose to put it back in my command zone, but then it would cost 6. So it'll go on top, right above the card I scried.
Makes sense. And I will have to pay the cost for evoking, which is exiling a book.
You are just full of counter spells. I'm gonna play fetch land and pass the turn over to you.
Draw. Ral is too dangerous. We're gonna have to attack Ral for 2.
Down on 1.
I'm gonna play a Deserted Beach, and at the end of turn, because I'm the monarch, I will draw a card.
This goes down to 2. Soon, I will also be full of cards. First of all, I'll be full of this card. And at the point we are, eventually, you'll just keep playing counter spells, and you'll run out. But first, I will look at what's on top of my library. I'll keep it there.
True, you remember.
I will play this Kess.
Again, I cannot allow that cast to resolve.
Stop it!
But you really, look, you love your commander, and you know what they say about magic. You want to play more magic.
True, I'm getting to live this wonderful experience.
I counter-target spell, but instead of going to the graveyard, it goes on top of your library. Look, she's even part of the game now.
I'll pass the turn to you.
I will use your turn to cast a Hull Breacher.
That is unfortunate.
Flash, which lets me allow to play it right now. If an opponent would draw a card except the first one they draw each of their draw steps, you make a treasure instead, which is very conveniently looking at your ancestral vision.
That was my way out of not wearing a hat.
Aww.
My ancestors were at least going to give me the cards.
Oh, I'm also looking at the monarch, but I have the monarch, so it doesn't matter. I'll draw a card. And then we're gonna attack. Raul takes 3, you take 2.
You're finally dealing me damage.
And then, remember the time where we named funny people because we're all Thoralf?
So you're going to name Todd with that?
No, because now I see a Carl.
I shouldn't have told you my name at the beginning of the game.
I see this outfit, I know it. I'll play land. True Nemesis now has protection from you, all of you, and only you. And it's your turn.
I will tick down my ancestral visions, and in one turn, I will draw 3 cards. Luckily, this has been on top of my library for a while now.
True.
I will Duress, which allows me to look at your hand and take a non-creature, non-land card from it and discard it.
I will Force of Negation the rest, meaning it is exiled instead of resolving.
I was expecting some kind of counterspell.
And I keep the 2 very good cards in my hand.
I hope for you it's a Force of Will and something else, because I'm going to fetch for this Underground Sea, because Flooded Strands lets me get an island, and I'm going to pay 5. And this Hull Breacher is a traitor. I'll cast Treachery, which, when it comes into play, I untap 5 lands, and then I control Enchanted Creature.
Not as planned. I guess we're gonna have to throw in the turbo mode. Unfortunately, it looks dire. Even though we have the crown, which is even the downside with the Hull Breacher, we have not much going on. The only thing we have is that True Name Nemesis. And I know it looks weird, but we need to get that thing bigger. And the way we're gonna do that is cast Raffine, not drawing from the connive triggers, but actually discarding the useless spell in my hand, and maybe reduce the clock by just 1 turn because of that, and crawl over the finish line before Carl gets us good. I know this is very sad and also very sad, but I'm gonna cast my Commander Raffine. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X. Now connives lets me draw cards. I can't draw cards, which then is basically only a fancy way of discarding cards. I'm gonna attack you with 2 creatures. I am aware that I don't draw a card.
Steep cost. So you are going to not draw and give me a treasure, and then not draw and give me a treasure.
Yes, and I have to discard 2 cards, which is a land and a non-land. I will put a counter on the True Name Nemesis, which deals you 6 damage. At the end of turn, I will draw a card.
But you cannot, because that's an extra turn per call. That was a steep cost, because first of all, let me introduce you to my ancestors.
Are they as fun as you are?
Oh, thank you for saying I'm fun. I will draw 3 cards from my ancestors. I will draw a card per turn. Luckily, I have my Kess that I can now play thanks to all the treasures you gave me. She costs 6. So I will play her now. She's flying, and I can play instant sorceries from my graveyard.
I hope we really can't beat this True Name Nemesis. This is my last hope.
I'm gonna start off by getting rid of your blocker. I'll sacrifice a treasure. Oh no! A permanent I control left the battlefield. Let me cast this Fatal Push from my graveyard.
Would you like to pay the 1?
Oh no! This permanent left the battlefield.
Yes.
So Fatal Push gets to destroy something that cost 4 less instead of 2 less because a permanent left the battlefield. Now I would like your hat.
I love it because it only gives you treasures.
I'll play this land and get to draw a card because now, as Elvis, I am the king.
Down with the monarchy. Which I understand now because people only say that once they're not the
Yeah, once they lose the hat.
I will play my 7th land, and remember the Legacies player's dream? Now this is the Commander player's dream because I'm gonna overload a Cyclonic Rift.
Oh! One of the ironic things about that is one of my permanents belongs to you.
But also the Kess and the Arcane Signet.
If you discard it from my hand, I just get to put it in my command zone.
Yes, it's pretty safe. What is not safe is your life total because I'm gonna attack you for 6. And I get the Monarch. Actually, you know what? I love the Monarch. The Monarchy should stay. I'll draw a card. Your turn.
That's a clock. I'll play land that makes all of our cards swamps. Okay, I think you should be paying your employees better, honestly, Thoralf, because there's been a complaint. I'm going to steal your Palace Jailer with this treachery, and it's going to untap all of my lands. And then, this feels a little bit bad because this is not what you want to be getting with this, but I will Demonic Tutor, which allows me to get a card, any card from my library, but I will choose this Liliana.
Oh, I worked really hard for this.
So I'm gonna play her, and she's gonna tick down, which in this case would make you sacrifice a creature.
This one.
And then I'll play the Arcane Signet, you put back into my hand and pass to you.
We're still alive. I love it.
I like the swing though.
I'll draw a card. It's your turn.
Woo! I will play a Dark Petition. You saw it in game 1. You got me a Liliana. Unfortunately, my Liliana's already on the board. I search my library for a card. May I?
Yeah.
I'll get 3 mana.
Sure.
I'll go get a Thoughtseize. And it will Thoughtseize your hand. I will take 2. Oh, I'll go to 1. Does this resolve? I would like to not go to 1, please.
I cannot cast the Force of Will that I have in my hand, but instead I'm gonna tap 3 to cast the Hullbreacher, and then I'm gonna tap 2 to cast Malcolm! Also has Flash, Flying, and when it deals damage to a player, I put a counter on it, I draw a card and discard a card, and whenever it has 4 counters on it, I can cast the discarded card without paying its mana cost. I will then let your Thoughtseize resolve.
It's so unfortunate because I still have to take this Force of Will.
Yeah.
And then you have that stupid Zombie Master. First I'll play Reflecting Pool, which will add any color mana you have.
Okay.
And as I have 2 floating black mana, I'll use both of them to play this Kess. At first it Kesses, then it Dissidents. Now it's going to cast Demonic Tutor.
It's cast.
You should be playing this deck.
Yeah.
It's exiled from my graveyard because I cast it with Kess. That's the last Demonic Tutor I'll get to play. But I need to because I don't want to die. AndLl get Diddly Rollick.
How do you keep drawing good cards?
Oh, because I get them. I get anything I want because my deck is full of
You're
tutors.
so close to dying.
I'll play the spell for free because I control my commander, may I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what's in your hand.
Yes.
And this has been treasonous enough already. So I'll get rid of your Malcolm. This is going to go in my graveyard, can be cast on a future turn, thanks to my Kess. And I would love to attack you and get that hat. But it won't draw me a card anyways, because the Hullbreacher. And also, if you have a removal spell, I'm Spaghetti Bolognese.
Okay. I have outs.
Is it 2 removal spells?
No, it's 1 removal spell.
Oh, really? Well, my Kess is potato salad. Can you just play a Zombie Master so I can take up my Liliana eventually?
You know what? I have outs. I'll play a Master of Death. You are right. When it enters the battlefield, I'll survey it too. Maybe I find something I can cast from my graveyard. I think I want to keep this one. And this one goes into the graveyard. I feel like I still want to draw a lot of cards, so I'm going to sword the Kess.
Thank you for the extra life. I must say I appreciate it.
And I think I'm going to forego attacking because it's just going to trade with my...
Our Palace Jailer would indeed block.
I actually draw a card at the end of the turn for being the Monarch.
Must feel really
Could
nice.
you just please roll over?
Okay, you have 1 card in hand,
Yeah.
but your Zombie Master is not in the battlefield, so I will discard a card.
In response, I would like to cast a Vidilian Click.
Stop having cards.
When Vidilian Click enters the battlefield, show me a hand. So now I can choose one of them, and you put it on the bottom of your library and draw another card. Brainstorm is too good.
Good enough it was.
Good enough it was.
Goes on the bottom of my library.
Remember when you would draw a card, but you don't draw a card instead? And now you may discard the card. I would suggest the island.
I would suggest so as well.
Huh.
I am going to pay 8 for my commander.
Yes.
You're out of cards in hand. I have 2 blockers. I need to get rid of your creatures somehow. I'm going to just pay for free this Deadly Relic because I ended my commander. And I'm going to get rid of this Vendilion Clique.
You're not permitting me to attack with flyers. That's annoying.
You're not permitting me to draw cards. That's annoying. And you've been hogging the hat. I'm going to tell Mom.
No, don't tell Mom. It's okay. We can share it. 1 turn you, 1 turn me. Actually, no, I don't like it. I want to keep it. You can tell Mom. I'll draw a card. So the last thing I can do is actually pay 2 life for my Watery Grave.
By choice?
Well, yeah, by forced choice. And then tap all of this 9 mana to cast Raffine again. And not even attacking because I don't know what my future holds.
Okay, from here, I think we're fine, and all it took was making your Raffine cost 9 mana. I'm gonna play, we read it before, it's Dark Petition. It costs 5 and then gives me back 3 to get a card from my deck and put it into my hand. It'll be this Tainted Pact. Now this is exiled, unfortunately. I'll play Tainted Pact with the 2 mana I get back. I have 1 floating.
Yes.
Tainted Pact will let me exile cards from my library until I get the card I wish to get, which I will tell you now will be an extra turn spell. I will play Capture of Jingzhou, which will allow me to get an extra turn.
This direction. I can't.
I'll take up Liliana to get rid of the card in your hand
Brainstorm.
and go into my turn. You've been doing this a lot, so it's my turn to live how this feels, which is probably wonderful, honestly. I'm going to play Capture Jing again, which will give me an extra turn. I play from my graveyard because Kess says, during each of your turns, you may cast instant sorcery cards from your graveyard. They do become exiled. Now that we're here, I'll play a Royal Science. It's another Planeswalker. It's got a lot of text on it, but all that I care about is giving this creature +2/+0, first strike, trample until end of turn. I will attack you with my 5-power flyer. Give me the hat, please.
Do I have to?
It's going to give you some treasures.
Okay.
Okay. You're pretty cheap. I'll go into my next turn, please.
Oh, got the treasure.
Yes, because I didn't get to draw a card for my hat. Let's make sure we change that. I will play a land. I'll play this Tainted Pact from my graveyard. It will exile cards until I get an extra turn spell. Fast forward. Wow, that was fast. I will put this Temporal Manipulation in my hand. These are exiled.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would like to play it.
Hey!
I'll get an extra turn. You know what? Sacrifice a creature.
This Master of Death.
Good choice. I will take up my Royal Science, give Kess 5 power, and attack you.
Alright, I'll block.
Now it's going to cost 11. Would you rather Raffine or a Nulamog?
I'll take trample damage.
Remember when it took an extra turn? I'm going to go
I don't remember. It's
into it. I'll draw a card for turn.
I'll get a treasure.
Yes, because I'm the Monarch. It doesn't matter. You're never going to get to use them. I will take up my Royal Science, making my Kess bigger. You know what? I'm just going to get rid of this with this Terminate.
He died a hero.
I can finally draw cards, but it won't matter because I'll attack you with these two friends.
Next game.
1-1. This is a funky situation because we're 1-1. We're tied. And usually you're rooting for your favorite player or favorite deck to win. But in this case, I'm just championing Thoralf. So really, Thoralf is playing Thoralf through me by everything he's taught me over the years. So basically, may the best Thoralf win. Thoralf?
Carl?
Now that we're 1-1, I'm going to introduce the crown. This one doesn't draw us a card.
Wait,
This
we
is
do
just-
have a second crown?
Follow along. This one I inherited from my great grandparents, and this one we have to kill a mighty green dinosaur that deals 6 damage to get it. Whoever wins 2 more games gets this crown and becomes the champion of the best Duel Commander deck ever series. I'm no longer the Monarch, so I'll put away this crown.
We have a second crown? I worked here for 4 years. I didn't even notice.
You weren't there when we defeated the Colossal Dreadnought.
I heard the legends about it. Okay, we lost the game, but the plan is to get right back in it, and this is the hand for it. Raffine is good, as I told you, but also it plays so many annoying spells that keep the game longer. We have a Reprieve or Remand that stalls the game. We have Force Spike. How fun is it to Force Spike people? Because we're the ones playing Force Spike, so that means they're not going to resolve their spells. But also, Bowmaster is so strong because it provides 2 creatures for 1 body. I'll keep.
I will unfortunately not. I want to keep this hand. It technically draws a card, lets me look at his hand, draws more cards after 4 turns. But Thoralf's deck can be extremely explosive and I can die by turn 4 or 5 easily, at which point drawing the cards won't serve any purpose. I need removal spells. All right, better 7. This is much better. I can counter spells, I can block and remove his creatures, I have a Hymn to Torek to just tear his hand to shreds. I'm gonna get rid of the redundant mountain because I have a lot of lands and it's just the worst one. I will put this card at the bottom of my library and then you actually begin the game now.
I do. I will play a Prismatic Vista, which is a fetch land for basic lands. And it's your turn.
No Esper Sentinel this game. And on my first turn, for when you do play your creature, I'm gonna keep up my Fatal Push with this Underground Sea, which is a considerably expensive land, but it taps for black or blue and doesn't cost me anything as a downside.
I'm gonna draw.
You pay about 400 or 500 euro for that privilege.
It doesn't even take you any life.
It's like Disney World.
Disney World takes lives, I'll tell you. I have the choice now. Do I play the freebooter and lock down a spell in Carl's hand, or do I wait and cast an Orcish Bowmaster? And I think that's pretty close, but in the end, we might catch Carl off guard. He wants to do something that draws cards. I think it's quite unlikely, but also casting somebody in Carl's turn makes him think about countering it. Freebooter is a card that is much better later as well. If you have 2 cards and you're not sure what to play, what is the card that is better later? There's a card fall off really quickly and you want to cast that now, and then maybe the other card you have later. If we cast a Freebooter on turn 5, it still does it really well what it's supposed to do, meaning removing a card from Carl's hand. So we're gonna chill, cast the Orcish Bowmaster in Carl's turn, and go from there. I'm gonna play a land, and I'll respect your Fatal Push, so I'm gonna say it's your turn.
Did you forget that you're here to win?
Define winning.
So I'll draw for turn. I'll play another duel and perfect mana. Blue, red. And I'll tap blue and black to play a Baleful Strix, which has flying and death touch, and it's a 1/1. And because I have death touch, you can block any of your creatures and have a terrible dance with them. But before the terrible tango, it's going to draw me 1 card when it enters the battlefield.
I'm going to go to 19 and get myself a basic land. I will get an island and then tap 2 mana for an Oakish Bowmaster.
You don't need to read it right now, because I know it's got a lot of text on it, and I was kind of expecting something like that, given the fact that you were just not playing anything in your creature aggro deck. So I'm going to also take 1, because I saw you at 19, and it looks a little less suspicious than 20. I will play this Force of Will.
You don't need to read it right now,
free.
because I'm gonna...
I need to exile a blue card, and don't you dare!
So I can read Days, then you can read your Force if you want to, but I can finally read my Oakish Bowmaster.
Welcome to story time.
So, Days, you may return an island you control to its owner's hand. Instead of casting its mana cost, counter target spell, and its controller pays 1. Would you like to pay the 1?
I cannot. Force of Will. You may pay 1 life and exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay its mana cost. The rest has been redacted.
Alright, it is redacted. And now, Oakish Bowmaster enter the battlefield. Baleful Strix is already on the battlefield, but before you drew a card, I'm going to deal 1 damage to your Strix.
Ouch.
The Strix takes 1 damage, I'll make an army, and then the trigger resolves, meaning that you draw a card,
Do draw a card.
take another damage, and make the army 1 bigger.
Wow. That was not a fruitful exchange for moi. That was my turn. I'll pass the turn. Now you get to attack me for 3.
I'll draw a card, and then I'm gonna play the island.
Oh, I wonder how you
and
got that in your hand.
You know what? My army is gonna turn to footsie because it's kicking you. You take 3.
That was a great line.
Your turn.
Okay, wow. Now that I finally have my second black, because Command Tower allows me, it's better than all the lands I've played now, yet it costs a fraction of the price, because it taps for any colored mana my commander has as a mana pip. And in this case, I'll tap black, black, and would you like to spin some... Oh, you have 2 mana up. I actually have no options, because this is random. I'll him to Turek you. You will discard 2 cards at random.
Will I? Well, let me ask you this.
I'm assuming not.
Would you like to cast a spell? Again?
Again! Yes, I was having so much
You
fun.
had enjoyed casting a spell. I'm
What
gonna
does Reprieve do?
reprieve or remand, just in white or blue. Return target spell to its owner's hand. Draw a card.
This is going to be great next turn when you're not expecting it at all and in the slightest.
Have I mentioned how much I love this deck? It's so fun.
The gameplay pattern is so fun for 50% of the audience. I'll go to 12.
Your turn.
Dodd, I like to think that this is the moment where the hero's back is against the wall. And he's like, oh my god. No, the wall. My back?
Funny, yeah.
The hero's
You don't
back,
even have
the
a
wall?
wall behind you. I have a wall behind me.
Technically, we're in a building. We all have walls. I will play him to Torek. It will have you discard 2 cards at random from your hand if it resolves this time.
This time it will resolve, but before it does, I will flash in a Fairy Mastermind. Flying 2/1 whenever you draw your second card each turn. I'll draw a card as well, and for 4 mana, I can make us, both of us, draw a card. Okay, now that I have 5 cards,
The gambling.
you may discard 2 at random.
Okay, I need to resolve my spells next turn. So I will get rid of this counter spell. Lovely. And this counter spell.
Woo! Wow, that worked.
50% of the time. I will play a tap land and pass the turn to you and hope I'm at 12.
Are you planning to draw more cards?
No.
I will attack you for 5.
Ouch.
And then I'm gonna play a Kaitse Freebooter, which enters the battlefield, looks at your hand, and removes a card as long as he's in play. And I love that face.
I will give you this Dark Petition.
You say it so sadly.
I will give you my game plan in its entirety.
It's a freebooter, you know? Your turn.
This card better be 4 cards. I will play the Swamp and cast Kess, my commander. She usually feels a lot better than now.
Trust me, she will be a lot better.
Oh, wait, because she goes back to her cozy house once I'm dead. Yeah. I'll pass the turn to you.
I'll play a fetch land, and then Cass goes back where she belongs in your hand. I'm gonna Cyclonic Rift. Return target non-permanent, you don't control, to its owner's hand. Bye-bye, Kess. Nice to meet you. Can I
As a
attack?
last act of rebellion, I will still put it into my hand. I'm not very rebellious.
Yeah, you know, you were really... The 70s generation could learn something from you. I'll attack you for 6.
I'll go to 1.
You know what they say on the channel? If you're at 1, you win the game. Let's see. Give it to me.
Well, The most important life total is the last one. I will play a Flooded Strand that murders me if I try to get a land with it.
Hello, we're Flooded Strand Brothers.
And I'll just pass the turn. Make me draw a card or something.
Wait, let me see. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna double fetch and then activate the Mastermind, which makes us each draw a card.
I mean, I did give you that plan, but attacking would have worked equally. Normally, this is where the video would have ended. 2-1, over, game over. But no, this is the finals of the Best Deck Ever Series Duel Commander, and we can't find that out and get to the bottom of which is the best deck ever without someone winning at least 3 games. So we're gonna keep on playing. It might get to 5 games. In Pioneer, it got to 6 games until someone wins 3 games to win the match. All right, Thoralf.
One more game.
Jacket's coming off.
Oh, wow.
I need to win this one for your own honor because you're playing against yourself. As I might remind the viewers, Thoralf won all of his games. He's facing himself in the finals. Would you like to meet my commander?
Companion?
And her companion, Lutri.
Lutri used to be better, I think.
Paying 3 to bring it to your hand's a little bit worse. Except we have this weird thing where we play with the old cards but the new rules. So here we are. I will draw 7 cards. And I will start the game. And in 2 games, I'll be the winner of the Best Deck Ever Series Duel Commander. And I can do that with this hand.
I cannot do that with this hand. Unfortunately, in the most important game now, where we're 1 win away from winning the whole title, we have to take a mulligan because we do have some spells, but we don't have really good creatures. On top of that, we have some removal spells that we can't really use. We have some conditional spells like Spell Slayer. I think we can do better, and I think we need to do better on the draw. I'm gonna get a replacement 7. Now that hand is much better because the best you can do against those combo control decks that Carl plays is to play stuff in their turn. We have 3 creatures with flash and a counterspell for 1 mana that counters Kess. So this hand we're really happy with, even though we have to put away the Unearth and start with 6. Keep and put this away. And we're off to the races.
Oh, great, because I love races. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. No, wait, it's not a race. You have beat down creatures. That's too many words before a game of Magic the Gathering. I will play this Polluted Delta and stare into your deep blue eyes.
I will play a Drowned Catacomb tapped, and it's your turn.
Okay, I'll refuse to fetch because we're too early in time and surveillance haven't existed yet. So let's just keep this in play. Where it is, it's cozy. It's not doing anything wrong. I'll play this Badlands.
All right. I will play a black-white land, and it's your turn.
So I see you said off to the races, but it's more like off to the rest.
Races can be slow. It's like in 80 days to winning the grand finals.
They were around the world in 80 days. That's super duper fast. Do you have a hot air balloon?
No, but...
Can I draw for turn?
Look, we have a scrubland, a badlands, a savanna, tundra. If that's not around the world.
I will play a Cascade Bluffs.
See?
I will fetch. Finally, some action. You're welcome, Carl, to yourself and audience. I'll play an Underground Sea because a Polluted Delta can get islands or swamps. And you're up to suspicious behavior, my young friend. And I've called the hotline.
Me?
The police being like, wow, there's this loitering young man. I repeat, young, in my neighborhood. He has a gray hoodie. He's not doing anything. And they're like, duress him. I will look at your hand and pick a non-land, non-creature and get rid of it.
I'll offer you this Wash Away, which is amazing if you play Commander, but unfortunately...
It's a counter-target spell. Oh, it does counter commanders.
Yeah, for 1 blue mana.
Race away.
And we'll play this Spectre Adversary for 2 mana. Because there's Flash. Does resolve?
I can't counter this spell, although I have a counter spell. Because I looked at Thoralf's hand, and I know that he is a White Plume Adventurer. And if I counter this creature, he can just untap and play the White Plume Adventurer and get the initiative. At which point it's really hard for me to steal it because I don't have any creatures myself. And then he'll just tumble down the initiative ladder and get an infinite amount of value. So I have to respect it, keep up counter magic as long as it's not on the table or in the graveyard to make sure he can't have the initiative. Go.
Alright. Go I shall. I'm gonna play an island I luckily just drew. And I'm attacking for 2.
Alright, for some many damages, I believe that will do.
Your turn.
You choose not to play anything. I've seen a hand full of creatures.
I have nothing, I swear.
Well, I know what's up.
You know 100%.
And I do have this Cavern of Souls, which lets me name any creature type And that card type is uncounterable if it's a creature.
Oh no.
And I will name human, meaning if I cast myself
That's really
or my
good.
commander, it cannot be countered. Meaning I can, with impunity, just tap out and play my commander and you can't counter it.
I can't.
Except you have a spell queller. And that doesn't counter, it just exiles on the stack. You do nothing, I do nothing. I'm taking 2 damage a turn, but eventually I have more lines than you do. Oh wait, because I went first. It's your turn.
It's not pretty, but I'm gonna do it. I will cast a Snapcaster Mage.
Just naked like that.
2 mana, 2/1, flash. Don't look at it. When it enters the battlefield, a card in my graveyard gains flashback. Now, yeah.
I will mana leak it.
Oh wow.
Meaning it's countered unless you pay 3. Because 4 damage a turn in this counterspell war we're having is too much. It's the first one to flinch, and I did. Go ahead.
I could cast my spell and hope they resolve and Carl doesn't do anything, but he saw my hand and he's really not doing anything, not even set up anything. So I'm expecting a lot of counter spells. And as I said in my opener, we are good against Carl's deck if we play in his turn. So that's what we're gonna do. We have to chill and hopefully draw into some better cards. And until that moment comes, prevent him from casting Kess and keep our movement flexible. Well, it's draw go. So I'm gonna go to hit you.
Nothing. Interesting.
Yes.
I will draw a card. I'll play a land and follow your lead.
I'm fine if we don't do anything forever.
Eventually I take 2 damage to death.
2 damage to death?
No. 2 damage to 13.
I'll play a land and pass the turn.
Let's draw.
Do you like to move it? Move it?
I like to move it, so I will move it. And it. And it. And tapping counter souls, making this Kess uncounterable, if you ever may be inclined to. I will cast my Kess Dissident Mage. It lets me play spells from my graveyard. Currently there's a Duress and a mana leak. Does it resolve?
No. I'm not gonna counter it, but as you foretold, I'm gonna exile it with the Kess on the stack, which isn't countered, so it goes around Kevin. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no!
Explain it to the viewers.
I forgot about your spell queller. How could I?
Yes. So once Spell Queller leaves the battlefield, you get back casting your Kess.
Let's make sure that happens. I will lightning bolt it, which will deal it 3 damage.
Let's make sure that doesn't happen because I will mana type it. I'll get a scrub land and cast the mana type. Pay 1 more, please.
It's countered unless I paid 1.
I enjoy this. I will attack you for 4.
Unfortunately, not only am I a jokester, but that's a lot of damage.
And now that your shields are down, I'm gonna play a White Plume Adventurer. Another very strong initiative.
They weren't supposed to be down.
When White Plume Adventurer enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. He's back.
All right, Doctor.
And with me taking the initiative, I can search my library for a basic land, but before I do, I will cast a Brainstorm.
Because then you get to shuffle. Very clever.
So I'm gonna
legacy sequencing.
Draw 3, put 2 back, and then look for a basic. And that I would consider very successful. It's your turn.
All right.
In your upkeep, White Plume Adventurer says I can untap a creature. I'm gonna do that. So I'm untapping my
For
spell.
when I attack you. I don't know what I need to draw here, but hopefully it's good. You know what? I am Thoralf.
And Thoralf is me.
We are Thoralf. Because I just drew a top deck of the century. Remember when you're playing the Pro Tour and you drew a game-winning Ulamog?
Vaguely remember.
I drew Ulamog. I'm going to play Brainstorm. I'm going to draw 3 cards and put 2 back on top of my library. I don't have any land shenanigans, but I do need good cards.
Did it work?
I don't know yet. I can't see anything.
If this works, we're also gonna sell those masks into the Cardmarket shop in case you need a good draw.
And Thoralf, Thoralf, will put these 2 cards back on top of my library.
Mm-hmm.
And after a long, big old think, I think this is the only choice I have. I'm going to fetch with my Scalding Tarn, taking 1, to get this Volcanic Island from my deck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tap 5 mana and attempt to resolve through your 2 unknown cards this Dark Petition. You've seen it before. It goes get a card in my deck, puts into my hand, and adds me 3 black mana because I have 2 cards.
Resolves.
2 instant sources in my graveyard, meaning I go get this Toxic Deluge. I have 3 black mana.
Yes.
I choose to play Toxic Deluge.
That is a good choice.
When I play it, I may pay any amount of life.
8.
That is a suggestion. Every creature in play gets -X where X is the amount of life.
Okay.
I see that everything has 3 toughness. I will pay 3 life, going down to 5. I'm going to 5 life here, and I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Down the button through the initiative, the trap deals me 5 damage, and that's lethal. But that's okay, because I can steal the initiative back with this Kess. And I have a fierce guardianship in hand that will protect the Kess to make sure I can connect with it. And the thing is, with the resources I have available to me, if I untap with this Kess, I win the game. So although it looks like I'm tapped out and vulnerable, I have a free counter spell and a win the game button next turn.
All dead.
All dead, all the way down.
You get to cast your Kess.
I cast it for free because I killed your creature.
Yes.
Now I have a Kess. I can play spells from my graveyard. Unfortunately, they all cost mana, which is very frustrating. So I will pass the turn to you. Wait, I will pass the turn to me? I'm so confused. One of us has a fez, the other one has glasses.
In my upkeep, I have to move down the initiative line.
Which would you like to do? The Forge, where you put 2+1/+1 counters on your creature, or the Lost Well, where you scry 2. The Lost Well seems lovely this time of year.
Both options are bad, but one of them is better than the other. I could scry 2 and get me out of it. But this is where you have to think ahead. If you look at Card's life total, it is exactly 5. And there's a mode on the initiative track that deals 5 damage. That trap is our way to victory. Unfortunately, we have to go through the Forge for that, and that looks awkward. Yes, we have to put 2 counters, but it's the way, again, we have to think of a solution that might win the game. I will choose the way of the Forge.
You have no creatures. Your eyesight must be really bad.
May the Forge be with you. I will put 2 counters on Kess, Dissident Mage.
Thank you very much, Thoralf.
I'll draw a card. I will tap 4 mana to cast a Palace Jailer. Does it resolve?
It does.
Yeah! When Palace Jailer enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until your opponent becomes the monarch. That Kess is lovely with her 2 counters, but now she's also exiled.
So is my chance of acquiring the monarch and the initiative. Well, we have a hat prepared for this.
Yeah. So
It's immensely different from the other hat on the table.
I mean, that's cool, isn't it?
Yes, let's start something. MPBA TBK, Main Phase Brainstorm, and the Baron King.
At the end of turn, one of my pretty hats tells me to draw a card. Yeah, he did. And it's your turn, my friend. Tick tock on the clock, but the party won't stop.
The party lasts 1 more hour.
Oh,
Because
closing time?
if I get boots and I attack with a creature, I get the monarchy back. I'm gonna time warp, which allows me to take 1 more turn.
Okay, yeah.
I hear the clock ticking. I will draw.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
I will take a step forward.
On tap.
I will take another step.
Initiative.
I will step 1 more time onto the suspicious button on the floor.
It's red and blinking. You should press it.
I'll put down my foot.
Boom!
I take 5 damage because we enter the trap room. Oh no!
Best deck
Thoralf
ever
lost.
in Duel
Thoralf
Commander.
won the game. How did this happen?
Double crown!
Well done, Thoralf. Goes to show you don't need fancy combos. You don't need turn 1 4 mana planeswalkers. Just good old value beatdown. Prevent your opponent from doing their plan. And draw a lot of cards.